For 10,000 years, human hands made cloth, thread by thread. Life was slow. England was green and quiet. Church bells marked time. This world was about to end. Fathers taught sons. Skills passed through generations. Every nail carried a name. Market day, everyone knew everyone. The economy had a human face. Rivers ran clear, fish swam, children drank from streams. Remember this, families lived and worked together. Home and workshop were one. This would change. They feared weather. They feared disease. They could not imagine what was coming. Beneath the green hills lay black rock. Coal, the fuel that would change everything. Men descended into darkness each dawn. Some never returned. The earth demanded sacrifice. Children as young as 5 worked underground. They called them trappers. Tiny ghosts. One spark. Invisible gas. Entire mines exploded. Families buried together forever. The cemetery told the story. So many small graves. So many young names. Newcomen watched steam lift a kettle lid. A simple observation. A world-changing question. In 1712, steam first worked for man. Crude, clumsy, revolutionary, James Watt made steam efficient. His engine would devour the old world. The machine breathed. It pulsed. It seemed almost alive. People were afraid. Arkwright built more than a mill. He built a system. Workers would serve machines. Inside the mills, machines never tired. Humans had to match their pace. Or else, thread poured out faster than any hand could spin. Ancient skills became worthless overnight. The cottage weavers couldn't compete. Their craft died. Their children went to the mills. Some fought back. The Luddites smashed machines. But you cannot kill the future. They hanged the machine breakers. Progress would not be stopped. Not by human hands. Manchester. The world's first industrial city. Where fields stood, chimneys rose. Before sunrise, they came. Thousands. Rivers of human fuel for hungry machines. The clock ruled everything. Not seasons, not sunlight, the machine's time. Inside, the noise destroyed hearing. Workers rid lips. Silence was forgotten. Small hands fit between gears. That's why they hired children. Cheap and small. Her hand slipped. The machine took 2 fingers. She was back at work tomorrow. 14-hour shifts. 7 days a week. They slept where they fell. The strap kept them awake, kept them fast. Terror was a management tool. They breathed cotton dust. It filled their lungs. They called it mill fever. It was death. When one fell, another waited at the gate. The machines never mourned. Home was 4 walls, no water, no light. Entire families in one room. Below street level, families survived in darkness. Cellars meant for storage, held lives. Rivers turned colors no water should be. The fish died first, then the children. 1 pump for 100 families. The water tasted of sewage. They drank anyway. Cholera came like clockwork. The slums were perfect breeding grounds. Death had an address. She buried 3 children in 2 years. The 4th was coughing now. Above the smoke, the owners lived, gardens and servants, a different England entirely. Silk curtains in the manor, bare feet in the mill, same city, different worlds. The ledgers showed only profit, not the hands, not the lungs, not the graves. In church, they sat apart. Same God, different doors, different heavens perhaps. Some owners chose differently. Owen built schools, not slums, proof that profit wasn't everything. She was 10. She told Parliament what she'd seen. Some lords wept. Nothing changed. Yet, iron flowed like lava. Men worked in hell's light, building the bones of a new world. Puddlers lasted 7 years on average. The heat consumed them. Iron demanded sacrifice. The Iron Bridge, first of its kind. Iron could do what stone could not. A new age declared. They carved through hills, filled valleys. An army reshaping England with picks and shovels. Navvies, paid by the yard, dying by the dozen. Anonymous men building immortal roads. George Stephenson bet everything on his rocket. If it failed, he was ruined. The crowd held its breath. Steam built. Pressure rose. History waited. 30 miles per hour. People screamed. Some fainted. The world was shrinking. Doctors warned that speed would kill, that human bodies couldn't survive. They were wrong. The railway opened. A new king was crowned, the locomotive. Iron and fire, iron on iron. Such a simple idea. It would move nations, reshape continents. First class traveled in comfort, champagne and cushions, speed without suffering. Third class rode in cattle cars, same destination, rain and cinders. Class never left. Tunnels were tombs for many. Cave-ins buried crews alive. The railway was built on bones. Viaducts leaped across valleys. Victorian confidence in stone and iron. Beautiful and terrible. The railway demanded synchronized time. Every clock in Britain now answered to the train. Brunel dreamed bigger than anyone. Railways, ships, bridges, he built the Victorian age. His Great Britain was revolutionary. Iron hull, propeller drive, the future of ships. Brunel's railway connected London to the sea. 7 feet of ambition, the broadest gauge. Brunel worked himself to death at 53. His bridges outlived him by centuries. Crystal Palace rose like a dream. Iron ribs, glass skin, built in months, gone in hours. 6 million visitors came. The world's wonders under one glass roof. Britain triumphant. Every machine gleamed. Industry as art. Power as beauty. Progress as religion. Victoria blessed the machines. Albert dreamed them. The crown and industry united. Colonial jewels beside cotton looms. The empire's purpose made clear. Take, make, sell. The telegraph turned words into lightning. Messages that once took weeks arrived in seconds. Wires spread like spider silk, an invisible web connecting cities, then nations, then continents. They tried to wire the Atlantic, failed again, then succeeded. The ocean vanished. Queen Victoria messaged President Buchanan across the ocean. In minutes, magic made real. America built its own cathedrals, steel mills that turned night into day, giants rising. The Bessemer process was controlled violence. Iron became steel in 15 minutes. Revolutionary. Carnegie arrived poor, built an empire, gave it away. The contradictions of industrial wealth. The Brooklyn Bridge took 14 years. Its designer never saw it finished, died dreaming. 27 men died building it, their names forgotten. Their bridge still stands. When it opened, people wept. 2 cities joined. The impossible accomplished. Edison slept 4 hours a night. Invention was his addiction. Failure, his teacher. After 1,000 failures, the bulb glowed. Darkness itself had been conquered. Electric light turned night into day. Crowds stood amazed. The future had arrived. Benz's motorized carriage frightened horses. It would replace them entirely. The internal combustion engine, a mechanical heart. The horse's death warrant. Signed. Cars and carriages shared the road. Briefly, everyone knew which would win. In dark halls, workers found their voice. Alone, powerless. Together, dangerous. 8 hours work, 8 hours rest, 8 hours work. We will simple, radical. When they finally marched, they were thousands. The streets trembled. Owners watched. Strikes shut the machines. Silence where there had been thunder. Power revealed. The confrontations turned violent. Blood on cobblestones. Neither side would yield. Haymarket, a bomb. Chaos. 8 men hanged. Martyrs were made that night. Marx wrote in Poverty, explaining why the system created misery. Das Kapital. Engels walked through Manchester's worst streets. He wrote what he saw. The world read. The owners read about Paris Commune, about revolution. Fear crept into mansions. Some chose reform. Model villages with schools and gardens. Proof another way existed. Inspectors came. Laws passed. Slowly, too slowly, but the state began to care. They dug beneath London. The world's first subway. Trains running through the earth. Underground travel was smoky. Dark, miraculous. The city had grown a new dimension. Gas lamps pushed back the night. Cities never truly slept anymore. The Eiffel Tower. Critics called it an eyesore. It became an icon. iron dreams made real. From the tower you could see how far humanity had come, and how far it might fall. Department stores created desire, things you never knew you needed. Consumption as culture, the sewing machine entered homes. Another ancient skill mechanized. Progress never stopped. Printing presses roared. Millions read the same words. Mass media shaped mass minds. Colonial exhibitions showed where wealth came from. Rubber, cotton, human labor, distant suffering, rubber for tires, rubber for factories, hands that bled to keep machines rolling, cotton picked by slaves, spun by children, sold to the world, global guilt woven tight. Japan industrialized in decades. What took Britain a century? The student surpassing the master, the Suez Canal sliced through desert. Weeks became days. Geography surrendered to engineering. Red lines crossed every ocean. A web of trade, a web of exploitation. The world connected. Millions crossed oceans, leaving everything, chasing factory smoke like a strange new star. Ellis Island processed dreams, thousands daily, human fuel for American industry. Tenements stacked families like cargo. Old world left behind. New world not much better. She had never seen buildings so tall, or smoke so thick. America, this was America. Hine photographed what owners hid. Children in mines, children in mills, images that shamed a nation. Settlement houses fought back. Education, healthcare, dignity. Reformers refused to accept despair. The assembly line perfected efficiency. Same motion, 1,000 times daily. Human as machine part. Taylor measured every motion, eliminated waste. Workers became data. Efficiency über alles. Ford's factory pointed to the future. Mass production, mass consumption, mass everything. Factories that made rails could make guns. Industry's darkest gift was waiting. 1914 approached. By 1900, smokestacks stretched forever. The green world was gone, buried under progress. The old craftsmen watched their world vanish. Skills perfected over lifetimes. Worthless now. They tried to call it partnership. The photographs lied. Power was never shared. Another shift ended. They would return tomorrow, and the day after. Until they couldn't. She gave 40 years to the mill. It gave her nothing back. Not even breath. Unknown worker. That was all the stone said. Millions built this world unnamed. Now they sit in museums. These machines that ate the old world. Artifacts of appetite. Children stare at the machines, trying to imagine what it cost, what it created. They found children's shoes hidden in mill walls. Small, worn, left behind. Remembered now. The mills stand empty now. Nature reclaims them slowly. Rust and ivy and silence. Where children bled, young professionals sip wine. Same bricks, different lives. Steam trains now carry tourists. Nostalgia for an age most would not have survived. Signs mark the sites now. Here stood the messy truth, made neat for visitors. Modern factories need no workers. Robots build robots. The revolution's final logic. When factories leave, towns die. The same story, different century. Progress moves on. The factories moved. Asia now. Same long hours. Same young hands. History rhymes. Container ships carry the world's goods. The supply chains born in Manchester, now global. Their smokestacks change the climate. We breathe their legacy. We inherit their choices. The ice melts now. Carbon released 2 centuries ago, still warming the sky. Long shadows. Perhaps we can undo it. Solar instead of coal, but the clock ticks. Time borrowed. Artificial minds now learn. Another revolution begins. Will we repeat the same mistakes? Human hand meets metal hand. What we built now builds itself. Are we ready? Cities glow at night now. Billions of lights. Edison's dream made infinite. Beautiful. Hungry. The machines fit in pockets now. Work never ends. The factory clock became eternal. They stare from photographs, asking if it was worth it. What do we answer? Their cottages stand next to towers, past and present, side by side. Neither forgetting. Ledgers record their names, what they earned, what they cost. numbers that were lives. From spinning wheel to silicon chip. 10 generations, one species, unrecognizable change. From space, our lights are visible. The Industrial Revolution, written on the planet itself, they changed everything, created everything, destroyed everything. We live in their world still.